Praise the Lord. Thanks for tuning in again. Um, this is 10b, I believe it is. I'm about to come to a close on this section about atheism. I will add to the section again later. I don't know if this is 10b is going to end it, or if I'm going to go to 10c, 10d. Who knows? Um, every time I think I'm about to close, I see a comment or a video or something, and I just want to comment on that, so I throw it in the mix. But I'm about to close with these because there's other things I want to talk about other than atheism. I want to talk to Christians, and my goal is to uplift the church. I'm not going to waste a lot of time on atheism because um, that's not a problem for us. Life must go on, even though there's people out there giving us, a new name and trying to make everything anti-God. We're better off joining the fight to save our rights to worship, our rights to serve the Lord, than to waste time arguing about things. Because they're not going to understand the fine print. They're not going to understand what's behind the immaturity that's in front. What's in front of you is not the foundation of anything. What's in front of you is the road, the journey that you have to go through to get to your destination. It's not the final. It's not the place. It's not the foundation. It's not the city. It's not the kingdom. You got to get there, atheists. And it's funny to me, being we're getting to the close of this, how atheists want some kind of attention for being atheists. They separate themselves from the other non-believers. Now, this world is made up full of non-believers. And I'm hearing people say, like atheists say stuff like, well, everybody is an atheist by nature. They just don't realize it yet. Or many, many people are atheists. They're just afraid to come forward and call it what it is. Okay. I'm going to let the people that you're talking about, I'm going to take their word for it, not yours. Okay? And it's funny how atheists, they talk about atheism like they want some kind of special response. Like, I watch videos here on YouTube, and there was guys who, there was one of my favorites was these two brothers that were, well, when I say brothers, I mean two black guys, and one's a good Christian guy that I subscribed to his channel, and he had one of his best friends that he grew up in high school with, on his channel one day, and his best friend turned atheist. And he still considered him his best friend, even though he turned atheist. And I'm okay with that. Okay? But when his friend was on the camera and he already said, like the brother already said, I'm so-and-so and this is my atheist friend. And when the dude's turn was to talk, he's like, I'm an atheist. And he was all up in his face. Like, I'm an atheist. I don't believe this. And I don't believe that. And I don't believe that. And I don't believe that. And he was trying to get like a discussion out of him. He didn't have one. Okay? It was like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know how to explain it. It was kind of like he just wanted to throw that out there, without anything, without any platform to put it on. I'm an atheist. I'm an atheist. Like, can I get a kiss or something? A pat on the back or something because I'm an atheist? I'll give you a banana. Being you think that God didn't create anything, you think that everything just evolved. Even the apes, that you think that humanity evolved from them. I'll give you a banana. And then you can climb some trees and act crazy and go have, do your little thing with the other male apes or female apes, whichever one you are. Religion is dying. Humanism is the way for us to move forward. Oh, really? You mean the kind of humanism where there is no longer male nor female? There is no longer any laws about sex. Relative laws. Let me get a dictionary. Let's talk about subjective immorality. I believe it's subjective immorality, you people call it. Let me see what it says here. Let me see if that word is in here. I should have did this before I started the video. I meant to look this up. Let me see. Let me see here. Here we go. Subjective. Relating to personal feeling or opinions. Good Lord help us. Influenced by emotion or prejudice. So either the atheists are claiming that we have subjective morality, or they're claiming, I don't know, that they have. I would say subjective morality is an atheist thing. We don't go by personal feelings. That's why you hate us so much. Because we're against, we replace the way we feel with the righteousness of Christ. So I might feel that that virginity means nothing. But then when I study it in the scriptures, I begin to feel a certain way about that. And I think it's real important. And so I tell my children, my young girls growing up, hold on to your virginity. Find a good man of God and get married, and don't waste your time, eloping and fooling around and getting your feelings hurt. And then, you got another boyfriend and another boyfriend and another boyfriend. And by the time, you're at that place where you should be just enjoying your love and your marriage and enjoying your children. And you and your husband going out and traveling and having a great time with you and your children. You're stuck with a boyfriend that's abusive to you or ignores you or is cheating on you or whatever. He don't want to put a ring on your finger and you know what I'm saying? As you study, you begin to understand, as we talked about before, the forms of attitude. The minute you lie down and have sex with someone that is not your husband, you're going to have an attitude about that that's going to lead into the next relationship. There's a fine line between someone who has a boyfriend or a girlfriend and they're having sex with that boyfriend or girlfriend, as opposed to someone who has a boyfriend or girlfriend that they don't go that far with. So when the roof falls in on the relationship, which one gets hurt the most? The one that was having sex with the dude? The woman that was having sex with her boyfriend? Or the girl that didn't want to go there? Both of them are going to be hurt. But I believe the one that was the one that gave this man her virginity, okay, she's going to be hurt worse. And not only is she going to be hurt worse, but that's going to affect her in a way that the virgin girl, because she didn't have sex with the dude, it's not going to affect her as bad. She'll be able to let it go and say, okay, goodbye. And it doesn't feel like he took anything away from her because she said no a long time ago and she meant no. We're not going that far. See what I mean? It's really, really different. You know what I'm saying? You go out there into the sexual revolution, the free sex world, and you go to sleeping around with different guys and all like that, and you find out one of the girls that you knew slept with the same guy that you was dating. She has an STD. And the girls, you know, a lot of y'all slept with the same guys, so you thought that you started worrying. But see, the girl that never slept with the dude, she's not going to be worried about them STDs. She's going to feel sorry for all you people that slept with them. That's just the way it is. Okay? So what's wrong with the morals of the Word of God? They're to protect us and watch over us. In the Christian church, we don't believe in any kind of smoking or drinking or any of that. I've known people who were in church and I've been over their house and I've watched them just have a beer here and there. But years later, when they started going through problems in their marriage or their children started becoming, you know, bad, they started misbehaving or whatever, what did they turn to? They turned to alcohol. Why? Because they used to drinking it. And so they knew that when, you know, the kids are bad and my wife is upset with me and I lost my job, I'm laid off now, and we had to sell the car and we're late with the bills. Oh, what am I going to do? I'm going through all this pressure. What am I going to do? Science is not going to help you out, buddy. Science is not going to help you out. Atheism is not going to help you. Go to science and tell me what you're supposed to do. See, my Bible tells me that he that abides in the shadow of the Almighty shall be safe. Psalms 91. Whatever we go through, we abide under his shadow, and that keeps us safe. We shall not be stalked by the things that happen at noonday, as it says. Our families shall be safe, and it's talking about spiritually, not, you know, not like, you know, we're not going to be affected by the earthquake like everybody else, but spiritually, in our lives, the way we live and how we're affected by things, we will survive. But see, when you choose to do things without any law, without any spiritual thought about it. What happens? How are you going to deal with the pressure? You're going to need another drink and another one and another one. You're going to get wasted. And then you're going to come home and you're going to, you're going to get into it with your wife. You may even slap her. You may not know what you're doing, and you might get so angry with your children that you may scare them, and it may take them a long time to overcome that. But yet, this is the humanism that is supposed to move us forward. We should be able to do what we, as non-Christians, non people that believe in God. We don't believe in God. Us people that are atheists and us people that are non-believers, we should be able to do whatever we feel is works for us. But the day that all the Christians are going, see, for example, abortion. It's not married couples that are getting abortions. It's porn stars that are getting abortions. It's prostitutes that are getting abortions. It's people who practice incest that are getting abortions. And yes, people who have been raped and all like that. But that's not how it starts, and that's not how it ends. It starts off with people who are practicing sexual sins that even have a dirty enough heart to abort a child. A woman getting raped doesn't give her a dirty heart to abort a child. Even though she is so upset that she has been raped. Okay? She understands that that child is part of her body. That child is a miracle. Even though she had no business getting pregnant. But unless you're married, you have no business getting pregnant anyway. And the only person I've ever seen take his wife to an abortion clinic to get an abortion of a baby that they made together, Lord help me, was right here on YouTube, and it was an atheist. And that is the difference between you and non-believers. Because most non-believers I know, they deal with life as life comes to them. But you atheists have decided that, you know what, there's no God. So whatever happens, we will make choices on it because there are no moral decisions to be made. It is based on how you feel and your own prejudices and all that kind of stuff. So you're prejudiced against Christians, so you should burn Bibles. Okay? And if you're, and this has happened to me, if you're an atheist who's also a racist, and a lot of you are, you stupid black people for joining this cult, but a lot of you atheists are racist, and there's more white atheists than there are black. Okay? But the minute a black man says, hey, I will continue to believe in God, I will continue to accept Jesus Christ as my personal Savior. Oh, he's the N-word. Coming out of the mouth of an atheist. He's the N-word. And if you ever say that on my channel, you will be deleted as fast as I find it. Don't say that word on my channel. You will be deleted. No one will see it. No one. And I will block you from ever even visiting my channel again. That's why I'm making these videos in the first place. Because when I speak, I'm going to be an authority. You don't like it, the best thing for you to do is go to a channel where you like what they're saying. In a common thread, when, I'm not the host, it's hard to do anything because I have just as much rights as anyone else making a comment. But you come to my channel with some evil witchcraft, okay? I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. I've seen what you've done to other Christians right here on YouTube. You do it on my channel, I'm gonna get you. Mark my words. But love versus hate. Love versus hate. We Christians, we live a lifestyle of love. God is love. And when we say God is love, we're not saying, oh, we'll never ever get a divorce because God is love. We'll never ever have problems because God is love. Or God will never let the earthquake come and hit our house because God is love. But yet you say there is no God, only what's in front of you. But yet your parents, your human parents have disappointed you in some of the best loving families you've ever had. Do you hate your parents if you don't get to go to the college or university that you really wanted to go to? Are you going to hate your parents? Are you going to hate your parents if they decided that they don't want you dating this boy because he's got a criminal record, but that's the one you're attracted to, that's the one you love? They want you to date this boy because he went to college and they're good friends with his parents? If we say that we believe in God, it's like, oh, you want to say that God has to do certain things for you. But yet, when you say that science is the law, science is what it's all about. Science doesn't have to show you a more excellent way. Science doesn't have to be better. But because Moses struck the rock, you should be able to strike the rock. I can't strike the rock and I'm a Christian. But you feel that you should be able to strike the rock. You feel that you should be able to part the Red Sea. But yet, science doesn't have to make these apes sit down at the clinic and help save human life. Science doesn't have to prove or show evidence of its theories. I mean you no disrespect, but I cannot take you serious, atheists. Evolution did not get us here. We were already practicing everything we practice today before the word science even became a word, before it became a so-called reality. And it's not a reality, it's a theory of how things move. Water is water, whether I call it H2O or not. Just calling it H2O doesn't add magic to it and make it pure or bad for me. It's still H2O. If you get it out of the river, it's H2O. That doesn't mean I should drink it because it's H2O. That doesn't mean I shouldn't drink it because it wasn't called H2O. Or because it was just called water and they didn't know how to say H2O. I got a lot to get off my chest, but we don't go by the way we feel. We replace the way we feel because we understand that Christ has already prepared for us a more excellent way. Atheism has not prepared you a more excellent way. Science has not prepared you a more excellent way. Neither has evolution. Humanism is the way for us to move forward. Forward to where? Oh, you don't want there to be any more male and female because even though you say that all came from science, it's actually, you know that it's actually God that called us male and female. So you want to get rid of male and female. You want to get rid of any roles that men and women play. And in the process, you don't understand how all this stuff comes together. Homosexuality, transgenderism, feminism. How all these things go hand in hand because of the time. Not because we're creating a better world, but because of the time that we're in. The clock is ticking. The only forward we're going to move into is the end. So what, you want to get your last little hateful licks in before the clock goes back to zero and there's nothing? Wake up, atheists. Wake up. Wake up. I'll probably do a part C on this, but again, I promise you I'm coming to a close because if you haven't learned anything by now, you're not going to learn anything. That's between you and the Lord. But I just want you to know I love you and I pray for you. Each of you that has come to my channel, I am praying for you and trusting God that God is going to do something great in your life that will lead you to his throne of grace. In Jesus' name. Talk to you in the next video. God bless you.